Hi everyone, so today we are looking at how AI color grading can solve two biggest problems across your journey at all times. First is how to remove the mundane frustrations of matching different camera profiles. The moment you choose different kind of cinema lens or you choose jumping between different brands and third-party lenses, the color will be very different. And worse, when you are switching and having different cameras for a project, how are you going to manage the different color space? Another problem, the biggest problem, is actually the consistency of grade. Imagine you spend hours done a very nice grade just for one scene, and next in the moment this doesn't work anymore. So how do we solve this with 32-bit float math and comprehensive AI color grading system? So let's take a look. Today we are looking at the plugin PFA Color Suite 17.1. And first of all, let's introduce the most powerful tool ever in the world yet, CinePulse AI. So basically one click, you're gonna call out all the correction engine tools together. They maybe have about 16 sliders to move together to change any log picture to red mode 9. One click, guys, done. And the more I want the correction accuracy, I just perform the correction. I can increase the correction accuracy. And any moment I want to make any adjustments, because it's not a lot, everything is customizable. I can change the log exposure, I can nail it to perfection. But look at how the white is perfectly up here. Look at what it has done. It has analyzed the footage and adjust the correction white balance. That's insane. This really already reduced my work by 80%. Okay, it really simplified the entire process of the mundane color correction. Next, for color CinePulse AI is the color grading phase. You will call out all the other tools, correct? You will call out all the color engine, contrast engine, all together set about 12 tool sets more to create a look. So let's just click one click, generate look. You can filter through based on my training. I only have done one sample of training. And look at what it has done already, before and after. Just one click will adjust to nail the perfection of the correction stage, and one click to generate look to nail the color grading. This is the future we're thinking about. At any point in time, I can jump in. For example, I want more different kind of taste to it. I want teal and orange instead of teal and pink. You will use the film mixer, do a 3D remapping. For example, you can turn on the scopes for a better idea of how well this works. Look at the film mixer. This is film mixer on steroids. It's not only is normalized, it's able and designed to massage. See your vector scope, now the color is quite spread out. When you increase the teal and pink, it will massage all the color except the skin tone into a defined palette. And this is so important because it works with 8-bit footage, 10-bit footage. You give them any form of footage because the principle behind is channel math. You won't deviate any at all. So you just need to increase the teal and pink pretty much like this. If you love more cyan in the picture, let's just remix more red to the cyan side. You can just use the red output, reduce it. You will massage the red into the cyan. And that's how simple this entire journey is. I can remix as well for green. Opposite green is magenta. If I want to remix more magenta in the scene, I can do that as well. If I want more blue in the scene, I can remix the blue to get the yellow, right? If I want more blue, I just increase the blue. So more yellow is remixed into blue. So this is the ultimate film mixer tool that's so easy and simple to use to define the very signature palette, magenta and green. Instantly you see the shifting of all the color palettes to that different kind of angle on the vector scope. And this is crazy. So once this stage done, I'm pretty happy with the grade. Now let's talk about consistency. Okay, how are we gonna solve the consistency problem? So you just copy this grade, paste on another shot. Look at how well and consistent it works across the shots. Even though it's shot on totally different kind of scene with different color. And basically what you need to do, for example, I just go to correction engine. The taste and the palette, everything is very, very consistent across shot, all converted from log to red 9, then with the grade, every single thing is customizable. That is absolutely insane. And for you looking at this shot, maybe I want it to be slightly darker, no problem. Just go to the first foundation correction log, lower the log exposure, that will do. Or you want more density in the scene, just increase the global density. Make everything denser, especially cyan. Let's go increase the cyan mask, increase the selection, and let's boost the cyan to make it even deeper so our forefront can pop more. And if I want to add more cyan or yellow in the scene, I can go film printer lights. Here, you can turn on the show. You can turn on the show production mask and you will get the 3D sort of depth map on the entire image. So you're injecting color rather than the printer lights that is usually used to balance out white balance. Here, you have a very nice control. For example, let's turn on the parade. So this will be a bit technical, but the pros will all understand what I'm talking about. Traditional film printer lights, if you turn off skin protection and shadow protection, you will get the traditional level of the film printer lights, where you usually will shift the entire parade. For example, when I increase red, look at how the red entire channel is being shifted. This is the native kind of printer lights kind of outcome for the range result. But this is not what we want. I'm not balancing at this stage. So when you turn on the shadow protection and skin protection, you will start to isolate this treatment. For example, now if I add green, look at what happens. You only add greens to the protected areas, which are the white areas. So that creates a three-dimensional depth matte level of injection of color. So if I want the yellow and green kind of look for this kind of vintage vibe, I can do that to add the grunge. At the same time, go to film glaze, enable film glaze, increase the wetness volume and creamy depth. That instantly will pop the mid-tone for me. And that instantly get me the fresco texture and the kind of shine in the image. And for example, now even more, I want to add more density and color to the shot. I can increase the global density to maybe add more denseness to the lips, and I can achieve that. And even with so many parameters and things moving, we can get playback so smoothly, even though I'm recording right now at the same time with playing back at 30 frames per second live speed. That's crazy. And when you zoom in, we have done so many parameter changes. There's absolutely zero noise or deterioration to the image at all. And that is the power of the 32-bit float math. What if I love this look? Now I want to save it as a preset. 260821, save it as a preset. Next, I go to another shot, load 260821, just load preset. Look at how well the gray stays. And because of the skin tone is different, no worries. To balance things out, we can just go to color scheme tab, show skin tone map, adjust the skin hue so that it's mostly orange. That means it's aligned perfectly with the skin tone line. So we can turn on the vector scope. So let's shift the vector scope a little. Okay. Then we just use the color scheme density. Let's reduce it and curve it. So now it's already alone perfectly with the skin tone line. I just need to push off the color so that it towards the more of the fair skin tone. And then we can go down to reduce a little bit of the yellow from the printer lights group. And we are done. So consistently, we are performing the same level of gray and color tones to another image. And that's how powerful this whole engine is. I can copy the gray and go to another shot. The look will stay consistent. Now it's more punchier, kind of different taste and look. So that's the kind of creative control you have. And what if you don't like this look? You can always go back to CinePulse AI. You can flash through all different options and tastes, and you'll get different outcomes, right? So, or you want to start from scratch. Okay, let's start from scratch. Perform correction for Cine-based AI, and then generate look using CinePulse AI. Guys, I'm done. If it's getting too dark, I can increase the log exposure. And that's how easy color grading has become. It solved the biggest problem of the mundane work in terms of color grading. It saved the shot matching issue. So that's all for this episode. Hope you understand how AI color grading really saved the two biggest problems of time. You can download the free trial, which is on 13.3, buy a license if you're on 15.2, but 17.1 will come out in by 1st September, and the price will hike up again. So treasure your opportunity, use the code 1026 to enjoy almost 57% off. We will slowly gradually reduce the promo code prices as we introduce more features. And I haven't even talked about the latest new film texture engine yet. Maybe give us 2 more days while refining the final outcomes so they get wonderful performance, even you stack 20 film texture nodes. That's all for this episode. My name is Nash, Passion, Fuse, and Vision. I shall see you in the next one.